Start the week along with most of the ag markets. Michelle Rook is back and she's joined by Mark Schultz of Northstar Commodity to discuss it.
And we had a lot of green on the board on Monday. And Mark, let's talk about part of it, more of a risk-on type environment in the outside market spilled over into the commodities sector, didn't it?
Yeah, I think the outside markets started to make a nice little performance even back last week, just a little bit. For as much negative news as we had, we held on very well. We saw a dollar do a little bit of a decline. We saw the stock market come back. And of course, yesterday on Monday, we had a nice performance back up on the Dow futures again. And watch the Dow. I think 33,000 on the Dow. That's short-term resistance. If you take that out, things aren't looking better. And you know me, I've always been a firm advocate. If you keep a stronger economy, it's always much better for the agricultural department.
Well, it has impacted money flow and the fund positions and whatnot. And so how much of this was end of the month, end of the quarter, the fact that we're going into some reports here at the end of the week, some big reports?
You bring up a good point. The funds had a huge long position, corn, beans, cattle, even were long hogs. We saw that long position get cut, and even in corn went into negative territory, so They went to the net short side. That really kind of sets up a nice little, more of a friendly market factor than it does on the bearish side. So a couple of things. You bring the markets down, you have farmers back off on the selling, not only here in the U.S., but also down in South America. And pretty soon you got some end users buying. So I think the fact that you had the livestock markets yesterday having a nice performance back to the upside also speaks volumes that you're going to see some purchases by end users looking for grain.
So will we see more follow through, especially as we go into these reports here at the end of the week?
Well, I think for the report, you know, obviously it's a big mover, but the fact that you've had this sell-off coming into it is a pretty good sign. So I think you get some of that already factored in. And besides that, even though you go through the numbers that are going to come out here on Friday, it's going to be a function of what we have with the weather after that, because this data is taken as of maybe March 5th, March 15th time period. So things can change rather quickly, and we'll find that out if indeed we start pushing the envelope a little bit later on getting the crop planted in the southern tier states.
Something to keep an eye on. Thanks so much, Mark Schultz, Northstar Commodity. Our full analysis at agweb.com, and we'll have more Ag Day coming up.